Ooh. Some thick stuff up there, man. This truck's getting through it. A little messy. This thing gets it, man. It's getting through all that thick stuff, man, like nothing. For a little truck. I imagine I'll lose some of that when I cut the torque out, but... Alright, so we're all finished up with the 5th video run. Again, I've had this truck out probably about another 4 or 5 times without having it on video, but you know, this is the 5th video run that I've done. And I mean, this one that I just got back from, I mean, I did the best I could. I mean, I was trying to go through some of the thick grass that was out there, and I mean, it's pretty unstoppable in that aspect. I mean, I do love how it goes through that stuff like it's nothing really. It is a lighter weight vehicle, so it flips a lot if you get caught up, or you know, instead of running over a bush part, it gets caught on the wheel and flips it over, which I'm used to. But I mean, the truck keeps impressing me. I mean, it just, you know, a couple people have that issue with that, like I did the video for the drive screw, the grub screw on the back thing. I haven't had that yet. I mean, and I don't know what I got to do to make that happen. There are a couple little things, a couple minor things that I did want to cover in this review. And, you know, when the parts come out for the aluminum, this will be taken care of. But the biggest issue I've seen with this truck so far, obviously my wheel has turned in a little bit from bashing. I'm assuming I popped out a thread somewhere, even though that looks pretty tight. I mean, it's been like that for a couple runs. I haven't messed with it yet. I'm sure it's just adjusting it. But just to show you some of the damage I've had so far, and from all the, again, big bashing I'm doing. But this is the biggest piece I've had a problem with so far, and it's not even been a problem. I've taken it off once when I fixed my the headlight issue I had, and you can kind of see it. It's kind of lifted up. It's supposed to be straight out and flat. Now there is, like on the big truck, like on this truck, they do show these now being available, not available, but they do show these in the listing. Now if that was on this truck, what that's going to do is stiffen up all of this right here where it can't buckle. This is where it's buckling at on that truck. So once they fix that, that will fix that problem. And the issue that I'm getting from that, it isn't really an issue, but what it does do, let's see if we can get to this real quick. Like the pins right there. I don't know how good we're going to be able to see that. Let's see if we get light on that. Alright, so the 2 pins down there. Right here. And on this side. Right here. Now, let's see if I can do this. You can see on the plastic that all that like chewed upness, that's where it keeps coming out and banging it. And you see where I have it back in now. I just had to push it. I needed 2 hands, but you can see how the other one's out slightly further. They weren't out a ton this time, but there's little plastic things right here that are meant to keep this in, can't do their job, because all the hard impacts I'm taking on the front of this bumper. I mean, the bumper's given, but what's happening is it's holding, but it's putting flex right there. So having those having that plate on the bottom may cause stress more here, I'm not sure, but I'd much rather pop a screw off here or a screw off here, replace that arm, than have to worry about my pins coming out one day, which again is not a huge deal, but I mean it's something that they are going to have an upgrade for, so it's not really I'm stressed about right now. I just keep fixing it, and I'll probably take this off again, bend it again, fix it one more time. But it's the second time I fixed it, so I thought I'd bring it up. And again, the grub screw issue, I've had a couple customers, probably about 4 or 5 out of the 30 of these things or so I've already sold. And about 4 or 5 of them total have mentioned having issue. A couple of them thought that they did it on their own just after hard bashing. But, I mean, I promise you, the 3 or 4 times I've driven this thing off video, at least 2 of them have been equally as hard bashing. So it's not like I'm taking it easy on this truck, and I never said I was going to. You know, unlike my bigger one, which I'm now starting to do a little bit of bashing more with that one as well, the BE6S conversion I did, which again is the exact same truck. Just there was no point in me going out and switching them around, but I'm bashing that one up too, man. Of course, that one's built bigger, thicker, and it's 1/8 scale, so that thing takes a beating too. And they're both designed the same way with these bumpers, only I have that skid plate, and I don't have that issue in the front of that, and I've taken many a nosedives on that truck. So, you know, all in all, I don't have anything bad to say about this truck. You know, I will again cover with some people once I start getting to the point I'm upgrading the pinion gear. I want to bash it a little bit more. I want to wait for the aluminum to come in. If the aluminum winds up taking too long, I'll start the motor pinion upgrade and the tires and stuff. But I really like to do the aluminum, the tires, all that stuff kind of at once. Not that I'm going to turn it into a speed truck, but it's going to have more speed at that point. I'm probably going to do about 11 or 12 pinion. I'm not going to go to a 13. You know, I've already seen the guy on YouTube already had his up to 13, and I don't know if I want to go 13. I don't know if I want to cut that much torque out, but it's, you know, it's there if I want to. I've seen it does it. I just don't know how it holds up heat wise and things like that. But I'm thinking, you know, it's a 9 stock. I'm thinking of going to an 11 or 12, and of course getting the better tires so they don't balloon up on me or anything like that. But when we get there, that's something I'll probably do in the meantime. Aluminum's coming. It looks like it's black anodized, so I'm kind of excited about that. I kind of like the black look. You know, some things I'll probably replace, or some things I probably won't. But I think I'm going to. Yeah, I've been waiting for something to break on this truck, man, and that was going to be my pinpoint of stuff I wanted to upgrade to aluminum. Obviously, if it's not breaking, what can I fix? I mean, I promise you, I'm not trying not to break this thing. I mean, I'm not going out there to break it, but I'm also taking bigger chances than, you know, I normally would with any vehicle, especially a brand new vehicle. But, you know, it is what it is, man. I mean, it's what's part of the fun. Actually, it's very fun. I have a great time jumping these trucks and bashing them versus just taking them out and keeping them on the road and messing around on a track or something, which I don't get to mess around on a track that much either. But it's so much more fun when you're putting these things in the air and seeing what they could do, and you know, they're coming down landing and they get right back up. I mean, this thing has gotten up numerous times and it just keeps coming. So again, I got anybody that doesn't know, I have videos why I only have 2 shocks on the front here. I'm trying to only replace things as they break, and I had one break. I put these shocks on it, and I had to, of course, do them in dual. That's the only reason there's one them on there and not in the rear. I have them for the rear, but just I'm kind of waiting for them to break. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm going to give it another run probably tomorrow. See if I can. I'm going to clean it up a little bit tonight and see if I can't bash her up a little bit more tomorrow. Might not even clean it since I'm going to plan on bashing it. But again, you know, guys, maintain your vehicles. You know, I'll be doing it here soon, especially as I do the upgrade. But you know, that should be, you know, the wheels taken off clean. If you don't have to like completely take this apart, but you might want to take like something clean around there. Put some dry lube. I'm gonna have a couple different kinds, but just something, just some kind of dry wax lubricant, dry lubricant, something in there just to keep your bearings lubed up. You know, this stuff gets dirt in them and they start to go, and that can cause friction. And you can see, you know, they all get that way. So it's only proper maintenance. I mean, check your screws. For example, I got my big truck. I noticed today has a screw popping out of the skid plate right there. So I'll pop that, I'll clean that up real quick, get behind there, get the dirt out of there, and I'll put that back in. But it's things like that that you got to look out for, because it can cause you a lot more problems to not fix it than it would be if you just, went ahead and did some preventive maintenance. So that's all I got today, guys. I mean, solid truck, man. I'm loving it.